When I worked at the Central Intelligence Agency, I was always amazed by the quality and character of the people I worked with. I wanted to make sure this was a key theme of Secret Wars. In this passage, CIA propaganda expert Mike Garnett is walking back to his room after a long day of practicing their propaganda operation at the agency training facility called The Farm. He comes across Gene Carver, a CIA legend and a member of the team. The twilight air was cool and damp as he walked to the Bachelor Officers' Quarters, BOQ. It always somewhat annoyed him that the CIA was run like a military organization. The time and dates were military time, something that had taken him several months to get used to. There were abbreviations for everything, a government-wide problem for sure, but most were military jargon. Many of the agency leaders were former military, which meant they treated civilians like him as children. Tired? A voice came from the round gazebo, halfway to the BOQ. Ice clinked in the glass as Carver took another swallow. Didn't know it showed. I'm watching the deer. This place is loaded with them. Carver took another drink as he looked deep into the semi-darkness. They let hunters in here every year to thin them out. Not very sporting. Doesn't seem to bother the hunters. I bet it bothers the deer, Garnett said as he took a seat next to the man in the shelter. I would think it would. They shared a chuckle, sipped in silence. Does any of this bother you? I spent a career observing people. You look like someone who has a conscience, Carver asked. I would hope I do. So what keeps you in a place that has absolutely no conscience at all? Garnett hesitated. It was a good question. One he learned early in his career he needed to suppress. Along with the related emotions, the answer stirred. Should he tell this man the truth, a half-truth, or just deceive him? There was a dinner after I completed my training, he started. The guest of honor was a Romanian, a big bear of a man with gray hair combed straight back and a bushy mustache. I guess he was a recent retiree after a 30-year career as a knock. In that time, he had amassed a fortune, millions as part of his job. Something in the shipping business or maybe international trade. He told the story about how when he retired, he handed DCI Casey a check for his entire fortune, down to the penny. He had legally earned it and was entitled to it. Casey kept saying he could keep it, but the Romanian refused. When Casey finally agreed and took the money, he shook his hand and repeated how proud and honored he was of the man's devotion to the CIA. The Romanian finally told Casey, "It's my job. I never considered anything else. It is I who should be thanking you." He turned to us and said, "Remember this, my friends. Some people call us spies. That is wrong. A spy, I do not prefer that word. Everyone in this room, I call a patriot. That is what I prefer, and that is the truth. You are patriots." I always think about that when this place gets to me. I like that. He stared at Carver. We are the patriots. He had told the truth. Staring back, Carver nodded, trying to coax more from his now empty glass. The alcohol had taken a loose grip on him. Here is my advice. Intelligence is a narcotic. Be careful. Garnett watched him slowly walk to the door of the BOQ. Suddenly he stopped and turned. I think it's a good plan. Original. It will work. He went inside, and Garnett sat. Thanks. Only the darkness heard him. Thank you. I hope you enjoy Secret Wars, an Espionage Story.